André Meyer, and I'm a postdoc at the University of Zurich. I want to give you a quick introduction into how we are increasing knowledge workers' focus by building visual prominence into their desktop environment. This was a joint collaboration between researchers from the University of British Columbia and the University of Zurich. Today's knowledge work is highly fragmented, with workers working on many tasks in a day and switching tasks and contexts very frequently, every few minutes or even less. Modern, window-based computer systems support multitasking and provide means to have multiple windows open simultaneously. However, with increasing screen size, multi-monitor support, and the ability to use and see several applications at the same time, these systems become more and more cluttered, as you can see in a screenshot of a 34-inch monitor below. This provides ample opportunity for distractions and switches to less relevant tasks, and in turn can decrease the focus of the knowledge worker. The question that we studied is whether we can design visual prominence into the desktop environment to reduce distractions. Specifically, we wanted to know if lightweight guidance through dimming less relevant windows can support a worker's focus. For our research, we focus on software developers, but we believe that our approach may have potential value for fostering focus and reducing distractions for other types of knowledge workers as well. In a first step, we therefore studied software developers' interaction with their computer. We extended and used our own monitoring application that tracks computer and window interactions, including all window events and mouse and keyboard events. We used the Tobii for CI tracker and our own application to track eye gazes and the fixations on the windows that developers are using. We deployed it with 18 professional software developers from 3 different companies over an average of almost 18 workdays. Amongst other results, we found that developers have an average of more than 12 windows open at all times, and also that they are switching applications very, very frequently, with visual attention shifting every 31.2 seconds. This means that on average, they are switching their attention to another window about 2 times a minute. As a next step, we need to determine which windows are relevant to the current work and which ones are not. The not relevant ones will be the ones that we dim. For that, we focus on computer interaction data gathered from the same tool and leverage the data to model relevancy by building temporal as well as semantic features. Specifically, we examined whether our model is able to determine the next window interaction based on past window interactions. We found that the weighted combination of these different features works best, as you can see in the figure. Since developers are interacting with the active window most of the times and use an additional of 2.2 other non-active windows, we then decided to allow a total of 3 relevant open windows at the same time and to dim all the other less relevant ones. Based on these findings, we developed Window Dimmer, an approach that uses visual prominence to reduce distractions and increase focus. Here, you see an example of how a user screen might look like. Now, when we enable Window Dimmer, it immediately starts to dim to less relevant windows. And you can see that the LaTeX file and the paper's PDF are most relevant, as well as another small window in the background. Now you see what happens when the user is navigating between the different windows, such as opening another paper. The top 3 most relevant windows are always staying in focus while dimming the other ones in the background. We studied the usefulness and accuracy of our window dimming approach with 12 developers in situ. We asked them to self-report at random intervals whether the correct windows were dimmed or not. On the right-hand side, you can see a screenshot of the self-reporting pop-up that we used for the study. We found that Window Dimmer is able to determine window relevance accurately in more than 88% of the cases. On average, more than 30% of the computer desktop area was dimmed. Overall, we found that participants had fewer window switches and that they spent more time in the relevant windows. If you want to learn more about how we are increasing focus by building visual prominence into developers' desktop environment, we recommend to read our paper and have a look at the tool. We thank you very much for your attention and interest and wish you a great day.